Today's video, we're going to talk about taking that common theme from last week that you discovered and brainstorming it into a generic plot. Hi, my fellow screenwriting enthusiasts. It's Paul from Small Town Movie Critic. If you're new to the channel, we're all about helping you write that kick-ass screenplay by giving you tips, tools, inspiration, and of course, product reviews. If you feel this is the type of content that would be good for helping you with your screenwriting endeavors, please feel free to hit the subscribe button below. Now, as we do each and every week, I'd like to welcome all our new subscribers, and we have a ton of them for this week. I'd like to welcome Taylor Jones, So Create, Anna, and I won't butcher your last name, but that's up there, Trader Kareem, Santosh Ram, Brendan McDonald, Tony DeGuide, and then I'll write this other one here because I don't know how to pronounce it, and Themba, and I'll just put your name up there, Themba. So I wish all of you luck in your future writing endeavors as well as your future filmmaking endeavors. Thank you all for joining the community, and thank you for subscribing. Now today we're working our way through our video series which talks about taking a screenplay from an idea to first draft. Now in the last video for this series we looked at finding out what you were passionate about in terms of writing. We looked at, what kind of themes that were you looking into. We're looking at stuff like good and evil, maybe a pursuit movie, maybe something about relationships. And then we wrote down a bunch of ideas looking for some commonality around this. So I hope right now that you can identify, that you understand, or maybe can just identify what your motivation or passion is around writing movies. What is that theme that really speaks to you and that's something that you really want to write about? Now hopefully from this last exercise you got more clarity about this potential sense of direction. And this is important because it's going to help strengthen any ideas that you already have. Now today we're going to brainstorm this motivation or this theme. Now this is important because without understanding our motivation or theme, we come up with a lot of unfocused ideas, which leads to a lot of dead-end writing. But understanding our theme or motivation, we can strengthen these ideas and we can turn them into a better story. Now today we're going to be brainstorming in a particular method. So let me explain the method here to you. We're going to use both sides of your brain. We're going to use the left side first to clearly give us what to think about what our objective is for this exercise. And then we'll use the right brain and write out as many ideas as possible, not judging any of them, but writing them all down based on what our objective is. And finally, after we've curated those 20 to 30 different ideas, 10 or 20 or 30, I'm going to use your left brain again and select which one works the best for our objective. And one additional thing to keep in mind when you're doing this last part is to pick a solution which is real, but also has a little bit unusual, a little bit of a twist. Now, so you're probably wondering, so what is our objective for today? Well, our objective again centers on that motivation or themes we've learned about ourselves from last week. We're going to turn these themes into a generic sentence. Now, a generic sentence is simply a sentence which gives us hero, goal, or an obstacle. So it's the beginning of an easy plot. So what was your theme or motivation? So maybe it was good versus evil. So then your generic sentence might read something like, a hero wants to achieve something important, but the enemy forces get in his way. So then I want you to fill in the blanks. Who is the hero? What are they trying to achieve? And what are the evil forces? So now take whatever motivation or theme that you have and then brainstorm a bunch of generic sentences. And then once you have those, maybe it's 10, maybe it's 15, maybe it's 20 generic sentences, I want you to find one that really resonates you, one that really gives you feel a lot of passion with. And once you have that, this is the end of the exercise for today. So at the end of this exercise, you'll have the theme, which is most important to you, and you'll have a generic sentence or simple plot of that idea written out. So we're making progress. So again, this is slow but sure progress. Now again, the reason we're doing it this way is to make it easier to write our first draft. What I could have done was just say, hey, take this first idea and run with it and write your first draft. What we're hoping to do is to take this idea, flesh it out a lot so that you can have all different sides of the idea. You have a lot of it all pre-planned, so that way when we get to that first draft part of your script, you can just let everything fly because you've already thought about each of the different pieces. And this is going to allow you to get from page 0 all the way to page 100, and it's going to make things a lot easier for writing. So that's why we're doing all this. Now, did you have any ahas in this lesson for today? Were you confused about anything? If you were, please write them in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to reply to any of those. Now, before we end the video, I'd like to give you a little update on my writing projects right now. Now, sorry for not putting up any content last week, but I had a but I had a voice actor. Correction, my only voice actor dropped out on me at the last minute, so I was scrambling to find a new actor, which was what I was doing instead of making more YouTube content for this last week. Now, luckily, I found a new one, and he just got done with his voice line, so I'm going to share with you the first 2 minutes of Dagon, so please enjoy this.
I am writing this under an appreciable mental strain, since by tonight I shall be no more. Penniless, and the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below. Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a degenerate. When you have read these hastily typed pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death. It was one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider. The Great War was then at its very beginning, and the enemy's navy had not reached its later degree of ruthfulness, so that our vessel made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due to us as naval prisoners. So liberal, indeed, was the discipline of our captors, that 5 days after we were taken, I managed to escape alone in a small boat with water and provisions for a good length of time. When I finally found myself shift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings.
Putting in the music, the sound effects, making it mesh well. So hopefully, I'm hoping to have this done in about the next week or two. So wish me luck, and I'll make sure to post that as soon as it's done. I'm also beginning my first draft of my second feature film. Now, I haven't come up with a name yet, but I'm 15 pages deep in so far. And if you're wondering, I'm using the same method that I'm teaching you guys how to do because it works that well for me. Like I said, I don't have any problems typing out this draft. I'm doing 5 pages a day, not having any problems putting those words on the page for those 5 pages. If anything, I have enough stuff as I write that I need to sort of figure out exactly where to stop at because I get so excited about writing. So it works, and it works really well. As I said before in the last video, I'm hoping to get more content up per week. It just depends on my timing right now. So we'll see. I'm still trying to figure out how to budget my time so I can get more content out. If it starts working, I'm hopefully going to have a video out every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The Wednesday video is probably going to be shorter. I'm going to do a more of a series on how to use each of the different software programs. We're going to start with Kit Scenarist, and so we're going to take you from the point of how to use all the different pieces of Kit Scenarist, and then so if you have any questions about that, you can watch those type of video. And then on Friday, I'm hoping to do more of these type of videos, and then on Mondays, I'm hopefully to transition to like Screen a Month, so you can see the latest movies and how their scripts work or don't work so well on the big screen. So we'll see about getting those out to you. Now, my hope for this week is that your writing goes well or your rewriting goes well. I hope you've been able to carve out some time so you can work on that next kick-ass screenplay, because only you can make that next blockbuster that will help other people fall in love with screenwriting like we all do. So until the next video, keep writing and have a blessed day.